Hello receiving students, ATs and receiving teachers. Thank you, take your seat. As usual, before we go to our lesson for today, I'd like us to recap what we have learned in our previous lesson by doing this exercise here for the first 5 minutes. The exercise is on the screen. Our previous lesson was on mean, so I'd like us to quickly do that exercise. Here are the marks received in a maths test. You are to find the mean. What is the mean for those marks? Got the answer already?
16.25.
What is the total sum of the scores?
Sum of the score is 50 and we divided by the number of scores and we got 16.25.
This group got the answer. What is your answer? Got the answer?
41, 50, 50.
Okay, we will check the answers. Let's check our answers. Receiving students, I hope you have got the answers. We will check our answers. So let's have Stephanie's group. What answer did you get?
16.25.
16.25. Any more answers? Receiving students? Let's have, okay, Eddie, yes, Eddie? 6.25. Yes, Enos group. 6.3. Okay, let's check the answers. What is the total sum of the scores? The total sum of the score is 50. If you add all the scores, you will end up getting 50. What is the sum of number of scores? How many scores are there? 8. So what is the mean? 50 divided by 8. We divide 50 by 8 to find the mean. So 50 divided by 8, how many times? 6. 8 times 6, 48. How many remainders? 2. 50 cannot divide by 2, so we add 0. Okay? Let's do it here. 8. 50 into 6, 48. We have remainder of 2. 8 cannot divide by 2, so we bring down. We add 0 and add decimal point. So 8 into 20 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. How many remainders? 4. 8 cannot divide by 4, we add 0. So 8 into 40 is 5. So the mean is 6.25. You can round this to nearest decimal, one decimal place. To one decimal place, it is 6.3. Okay? To one decimal place, it is 6.3. We round off this to 3. So, how many answers do we have? Correct answers do we have here? Okay, you thought of rounding your answers to one decimal place, then your answer will be 6.3. So you others, if you haven't got that answer, please do correct that. Receiving students and ATs, now we will move on to our today's lesson. Our today's lesson, we will look at a new strand. So before we go any further, I'd like to introduce the strand and the substrand. Okay, our strand is change and data. Substrand, probability, which is the new substrand. Our learning outcome is 8.43. Exploring the social implication of probability. And our lesson topic for today is probability of simple event. Now, receiving students, probability might be a new word to you, and it is very difficult to really understand probability in one lesson. So there are many lessons that we will go through in order for us to understand what probability really is. In today's lesson, we will do some activities which will try to get us to understand what probability is all about. Now, here on my hand, I have a coin. This coin has two sides. Can you describe which side of this coin is a head and which side is a tail? Receiving students, can you tell your teacher which side of the coin is the head and tail? One side of the coin is head and the other side of the coin is called the tail. But which side? Anybody want to try? This is a 20 toya coin. A 20 toya coin. Come on, it's very simple answer. It's only matter of you describing which side is the head and which side is the tail. Erica? Okay, let's have Erica.
The head is the picture of Muruk and the tail is at the back, the picture of paradise.
Erica says head is the picture of Muruk, which is Kasawari, and the tail is the picture of paradise, which is the emblem. Okay, I will show you what I have. So Erica said paradise is the tail and which is the emblem, and Kasawari is the head, which is not correct. Okay? Kasawari is the tail side of the coin, and the paradise side of the coin is the tail, is the head of this 20 toya coin. So now you should know which side of the 20 toya coin is the head and which side of the 20 toya coin is the tail. Now in today's activity, we will do an activity on tossing a coin. But before that, I would like to demonstrate first. I will show you how to go, what to do in the activity through this demonstration, and I'd like you to observe what I will do. I will toss these two coins here. These two coins for 20 times, and every time I toss the coin for 20 times, I will record down the results in this table. So if the first toss, I toss it and it gives me the result 2 heads, I will put it down here, record it, up till 20. And then I will then make the tally of it and the frequency. So I will have assistants, some assistants. Erica, you will help me to write down the result of the head or tail each time I toss the coin. So, receiving students, I'd like you to observe very carefully what I will do in this demonstration. When you want to toss, you put the coin on the thumb, top of your thumb, and then you flick it. So that's tossing, okay? So, Erica, you can stand there and record. These 3 people are going to give me the result each time I toss for 20 times. Okay, first toss. What is the result? 2 heads. So you write head, head. H, H, here. Two heads. Head, head. You say head, head, or tail, tail, or head, tail, okay? Head, tail. Head, tail. Tail, tail. Okay. Head, head. Head, tail. Head, tail. Head, tail again. Head, tail again. head, tail again. Head, tail again. Tail, tail, 11. This group, head, head. Head, head. Head, head. Head, head. Head, tail. Head, head. Head, tail. Last two toes. Tail, tail. And the last one, let's guess what it will be. Tail, tail. Thank you, Erica. Now we are going to make tally. Let's make tally of all the head, head, all the tail, tail, and all the head, tail. So the first one is what? First toss, head, head. So one tally. Number two, head, head. Number three, head, tail. So it goes down there. Number four, tail, tail. Number five, head, head. Number six, head, tail. Head, tail. Head, tail. Head, tail. Head, tail. Tail, tail. Head, head. Head, head. Head, head. Head, head. Head, tail. Head, head. Head, tail. Tail, tail. And tail, tail. What is the frequency for tail? Head, head? 8. What is the frequency for tail? 4 and 8. Total of what? 20. So receiving students and ATs, our activity for today, this is what we are going to do. You are going to toss the coin. I have tossed the coin for 20 times. In your activity, you are going to toss the coin for 50 times. So before we go on to our activity, I'd like you to look at the definition for probability. So on the screen, let us look at the meaning of the word probability. Probability is the measure of chance of an event happening. I'd like you to quickly copy down that definition before we go to our activity. Okay, it shouldn't take you that long. Finish copying. The strategy that we will be using is group work, and the activity is toss the 2 coins for 50 times and record each result in the table. Receiving teacher, if you have made record of what materials to prepare for the next lesson, I hope you have prepared activity sheet like this. For the model class, I'd like the runners to come up and get the activity sheet. Here. Receiving students and ATs, I'd like to have your attention. Now, in your activity sheet, you should write your group number, the date and the lesson. Okay, the activity for you is to toss the coin for 50 times and record the results. Each time you toss the coin, you must record the result as head, head, or tail, tail, depending on the result that you get. After that, you make a tally of the results that you get. Head, head, tail, tail, and head, tail. You can share the 10 of tossing. For the model class, you are 5, so each person can toss the coin for 10 times, which will make up to 50. For the receiving students, if you are in 3s or 4s, you can have 10s in tossing the coin. But make sure you toss the coin for 50 times. I hope you have followed instructions, and now you can start with the activity. Record it down there, here. 1 up to 50.
6, 7, 8.
Okay. Add two tables. Add 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. Okay. Add 2 more tables only. Okay. Please. By playing 2 more table, 2 more row. Look at it. Add 2 more tables. You realize that we're starting from 3. You should start off. So you add each table. You add 2 rows only. Okay. Sorry, there's something wrong with the table there. What you do, you add 2 more rows. 1 or 2 another. So each of this table you add 2 rows, so which will make up to 10. Yes. Samantha's group. You see, there's something wrong with the table there. So what you are going to do, you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's supposed to be 10. So you add him 2 plus chol. 2 plus row chol. Each of these tables. 2, 2, 2, 2. So yan ba yung add up goal of 50? Okay. And then you just rearrange the numbers. Come on. Hey, that's not tossing. Tossing. Here. Me demonstrating. Come on. Huh? No. 2 at the same time. 2 at the same time. No, 2 at the same time. if you're tossing like that, okay, two at the same time. Same time. That's it. Or
Yeah, same time.
same time. One person, same time. Two different person, okay, at the same time. But it's best one person do it. One person do it same time. Toss it same time. That's the way to do it. Just yeah, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Renumber. 10 renumber. Right, 1 down to 10. Okay, renumber. Edim, one MF finish, huh? Okay, renumber them down properly. One should start there. That's it. Sorry. Don't forget to renumber them. Huh? One. Yeah. Wait, oh, no. You edit from tupla. You look in, edit tupla here. You see, like this. You add like that. All of this table. And then you renumber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is going to be 9, 8, 10. Same applies to this. So, okay. No, this is mine. You want to use this one? This is mine. Or you want to see my example? Okay, do it. Do it. Sorry, can you renumber this again? Renumber, start from 1. Make this one 1 and down. Make this one 1 and down. Okay? This will, yeah, 10, yes. Yeah, good. That's it. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Is it 50? Check. You see, when you make tally, my example, every time I make tally, cross. Did it add up to 50?
50.
Okay, this group has finished making all the finished with the tossing of 50 coins and making the tally. You others, by now you should be making the tally of the coins that you have tossed for 50 times. Receiving teacher, after the students have finished with the tossing of the coin for 50 times and finished also with making the tally of head and tail and head, I'd like you to collect the activity sheet. You collect the activity sheet and we will use those activity sheet for the next lesson. So next lesson, we will use those activity sheets. So receiving teachers, please don't forget to collect the students' work. those groups who have finished making the tallies, you can return your activity sheet to your teacher. So model class, if you are finished with your activity sheet, bring your activity sheet, as well as receiving students. If you have finished making the tally, you can now return those activity sheet to your teacher. Don't forget to write your group name. Receiving students, make sure on your paper you must write your group name or even your group member's name. Finish. Group 7. Huh? Receiving students and ATs, you have last 3 minutes remaining to complete whatever you are doing. Finish? Like I've said, if you are finished, you can bring your activity sheet or give your activity sheet to the teacher. Ruben, get the request.
Let's do cheese.
Bring your 22 coins as well. So I have, let me see. 1, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last two groups. 22 coin. 9. We have last group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, last group. Samuel's group. If you're finished, bring your. Okay. Receiving students and ATs. Our key phrase for today's lesson is probability of simple event. Our next lesson will be on calculations of probabilities. The materials for the next lesson as shown on the screen there. Receiving students and ATs, this has bring us to the end of the lesson. Thank you for your participation.